Today I'm going to give you my first impressions of the new Steam Dock. This is a great solution if you want to connect your Steam Deck up to a television. You can just pop it onto the dock, use this USB-C captive cable here, connect via HDMI to your television, and connect up a Bluetooth gaming controller. The question is, the Steam Deck is a fantastic handheld gaming device, but does it hold up as a living room gaming console? So let's just do a quick overview of the dock itself. So if I just remove this USB-C captive cable, the dock itself is made from plastic, but it feels fairly heavyweight. You've got this little captive cable, which is just the right size for the deck. In the groove here where the deck sits, we've got some rubber strip which stops it from sliding around. And also there's a kind of hook on the front edge of it. What that does is just make sure that the Steam Deck can't slide out backwards. It can still fall out forwards, but yeah, it's pretty secure in there. As I found out to my cost, the Steam Deck can be a bit fragile, so you don't want to drop it. On the base of the dock, we've also got a full-size rubber pad, and when you pop that down on the table, you can see that's a pretty secure solution. On the rear, we have various ports. So I'll start with the USB ports. We've got 3 Type A ports, and they are the 5 gigabits type. So USB 3.1 Gen 1 or 3.2 Gen 1, whichever you prefer. There's a 1 gigabit Ethernet port as well. So if you like playing online games, you don't want to risk wireless, or maybe you're a little bit far away from your wireless router. In those circumstances, an Ethernet socket is a nice thing to have. Next to that is the USB-C socket with power delivery, which works really well, incidentally. The deck charges really quickly when it's on the dock. And supplied in the box, you get another power supply, identical to the one you would have received with your Steam Deck, and comes with a 1.5 meter USB-C cable. Of course, you can use any USB-C charger of the appropriate rating. Next, we have 2 display outputs. We've got HDMI 2.0 and we've got DisplayPort 1.4. That's quite interesting. So options to connect to a monitor or to your television. And it supports pretty high resolutions. In fact, just let me get my phone out and check the specs on the site. You've got up to 4K 60 Hz with this, or you can go to 1440p at 120 Hz. Now, obviously the Steam Deck can't render games at that resolution. And herein comes the main problem, I think, with the deck. We tried the deck in a previous video where we were connecting it to a lap dock. What we found with that is that you weren't able to select a resolution beyond the internal screen resolution of the Steam Deck. So if you've got a lighter weight game that the Steam Deck could render at 1080p, that just wasn't an option. Unless you exited into the Linux desktop mode and then ran Steam from there, then you could access the full resolution of the display. And the same situation is true with this new Steam Dock as well. So if you just dock the deck as normal, then you'll be limited to the internal screen resolution of the deck. Now in my office, I've got a fairly large 4K display, and obviously I'm not expecting the Steam Deck to be able to render any games out at 4K. But it would be nice to select 1080p on some of those lighter weight titles so that you can make the most of that screen resolution. As it is, they're locked to usually 720p, and stretching that up to the size of a big 4K television, well, you start to very quickly see the limitations. Games that look really good on the internal display of the Steam Deck don't look quite so great on the television. We tried playing around with a few of the settings, tried limiting frame rates and turning up texture details, those kind of things. And we also tried out some of the upsampling tools that are available, like AMD's FSR. And yeah, in some games those did make an improvement, but even so, you're still looking at quite a limited performance here. If you're wanting to play top tier titles and you're hoping to just put your Steam Deck on a dock and enjoy it like a home games console, well, you're not going to get Xbox or PlayStation level performance out of this thing. Now, of course, the Nintendo Switch also comes with a dock. When you dock the Switch, it enables additional performance to make use of 1080p resolution. No such thing is happening when you dock the Steam Deck. So thinking about the Steam Deck plus the Steam Dock as a home games console solution, your experience is very much going to depend on what type of games that you play. And if you put on a more heavyweight title, I mean, I just tried Forza 5 and No Man's Sky, a couple of my favourite games, and I felt they didn't look very good. Choosing an older title like Portal 2, an old favourite for me and probably for many of you, and I thought that actually looked pretty good and was very playable. It is going to depend on what titles you want to play. It's not going to suit people who are interested in AAA titles. I mean, you're probably not going to go for the Steam Deck if that's your main interest anyway. I'm going to try it next, connected up to a monitor on my desk using a keyboard and mouse, maybe try some strategy games and see how it fares in that environment. And I'm also going to try it as a work device. So I'm going to use the Steam Deck as my main work machine for a day and make a video about that, just to see how good it is. I mean, there's quite a bit of performance inside the Steam Deck, so it should be a reasonable experience. And I think the dock is a really neat solution, but you've got to go into it knowing what you're getting out of it. If you're expecting to buy a Steam dock, pop your deck on it and basically get an Xbox or a PlayStation level of home gaming system, then you're going to be disappointed. So I need to come to some initial conclusions or first impressions of this device. And I think if someone had tasked me with designing a dock for the Steam Deck, I'm not sure I could have come up with anything better than this. I think it's a fairly elegant solution, all things considered, and it's got everything you need to dock your Steam Deck to a monitor, use a keyboard and mouse, use it like a gaming PC, or a work PC even, or connect it up to the TV in your living room or your bedroom. I think the only question mark really is over the level of performance that's within the Steam Deck and what kind of experience you'll get. And now that may just be down to the type of games that I like to play, and at the end of the day, I've got an Xbox at home if I want to play things at higher frame rates and resolutions, and I've got a gaming PC. So for me, the Steam Deck is more of a handheld device. But I know that there's plenty of people who are buying the Steam Deck and using it for emulation of older game systems, and even things like Nintendo Switch. And I think this dock solution will be excellent for that if you want to play those kind of games like you do on your games console in your living room. So a pretty cool product. It's £79 here in the UK. I'll pop up the price in US dollars, and the current lead time is about 1 to 2 weeks, so they are available. Obviously, with Christmas looming, if you're looking for getting one in for the holiday season, you'll want to get your order in fairly soon. So I'll pop a link in the description for that. Don't get any commission or anything from that. It's just to help you guys out. And thanks as always for watching the video. Thanks for your shares, your likes, your subs. See you again soon for some more geekery.